All right, what's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson here, people. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, people might have him as the MVP this year. He might win his third MVP. I don't know if the NFL will allow that. Has that ever happened when's the last time a guy has won back-to-back MVPs? Like back-to-back year MVPs. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. I honestly forgot about that. Yeah. That's how long ago it is. But Lamar Jackson is way better than, Aaron Rodgers at this point. And I want to talk about Lamar Jackson and, what he represents in today's NFL. And I had this epiphany sometime this last week, just, thinking about, what should I talk about with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is the Peyton Manning of today's NFL. And I know people are going to get holed up on the whole, well, they don't play the same, this, that, and third. I want to say, I'm not talking about play style. I want to get that clear for all the idiots out there, because I know there's a lot of, shout out to my subscribers, but some of you are dumb, and, I have to compensate for your dumbness. I'm not talking about play style-wise. I'm not talking about play style-wise. I'm going to say it one more time. I am not, repeat, not talking about play style-wise. Okay? So get that out there. So for the Master J's and the Yao Shelton Yashmans, the guy with the Panamanian flag, all those, slow people out there, I'm not talking about play styles. Just had to throw that out there one more time, just for you to understand. Lamar Jackson is the Peyton Manning of the NFL. The way how this guy dominates the regular season needs to be credited. I think Lamar Jackson came in the league in 2018? And we're really not going to count his rookie year. But his rookie year went to the playoffs. We're not going to count that playoff. We're not going to count Lamar Jackson's rookie year, to be fair. We're not going to count it. But 2019, he dominated the regular season, won the MVP, got the first round, got the first seed. Second year, I know they lost to the Titans. I'm not talking about that. We're going to get to that. 2020, I think they were in the wild card that year. They beat the Titans and they lost to the Bills, but still made the playoffs. 2021, he was injured, so we're not going to count that. 22? Wasn't he injured in 22 also? Yeah, he was injured in 22, but technically, he still led his team to the playoffs. Like, before he got injured, he still led his team to the playoffs. So, and they didn't have the first seed, but he still led his team to the playoffs. In 2023, dominated. Simply dominated. Probably a better year than 2019. And then this year, dominating. And I want to say that this is being recorded before the Bucs game, but even hypothetically speaking, if they were to lose to the Bucs, which I highly doubt, they're still going to win that division and probably get the first seed. Lamar Jackson needs to get credit for dominating the regular season. Because let's be for real, if this was Josh Allen, if this was Mahomes, if this was CJ Stroud, if this was Justin Herbert, oh my God forbid if this was Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow, you guys would be clamoring with flowers. You would be calling them better than Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas. You'd be saying they're better than Brady and Mahomes. You would be saying they're better than anybody. Give Lamar credit for what he does in the regular season. And that's why he is the Peyton Manning of this generation. He's the Peyton Manning of this generation. Dominant in the regular season. 12, 13, 14 wins. Always the first seed. Multiple-time MVP. Hell, might win another MVP this year. He might have more MVPs than Patrick Mahomes. Once again, this is obviously being recorded in the middle of October, so we don't know. Only God knows who's going to win the MVP this year. And Lamar Jackson is the Peyton Manning of the NFL. Here's the downside of being the Peyton Manning to the NFL. And this is what I see on the field. Even my co-host CEO agrees with me, and I even got confirmation from him. Lamar Jackson, as great as he is in the regular season, is way, way too robotic in the playoffs. And what I mean by that is, once again, this is being recorded in the middle of October. So Lamar might prove me wrong this upcoming playoffs. We don't know. But, I mean, bro, that AFC Championship game still rings in my head. What I mean by that is, Lamar, I get you're trying to be a good soldier, follow what Todd Monken and John Harbaugh saying, stay in the pocket, do this, that, and third. I get that. I understand that. But bro, at some point, first of all, Lamar, you have to realize your coaching is horrible. It's dog doodle. It's dog doodle. I know it, you know it. Ask my co-host CEO, he knows it. Majority of the fan base knows it. Like, at the end of the day, bro, listen, Lamar Jackson needs to ad-lib more in the playoffs. And I know that might sound crazy, but go look at that AFC Championship game. Everybody knows it. He's had wide open lanes, refuses to run, and wants to run the play. No, run. And according to my co-host CEO, he had Odell Beckham, a wide receiver. You know it's bad when you have a wide receiver saying, run the ball. Run the ball. That's how bad it was. Because if Lamar Jackson takes those takes those touchdowns, takes those runs to the house or in field goal range, they win that game. What is John Harbaugh and Tom Monken going to say about that? What are they going to say? Lamar, we're benching you for the Super Bowl because you refuse to do what we say. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm like, first of all, I'm getting the bag, and second of all, I'm carrying you sorry bums. So it is what it is, and that's where the Peyton Manning comparison comes in. One of the main criticisms of Peyton Manning that I have is he was way too robotic in the playoffs. Way too robotic. Like, he was like, the teams would figure him out, whether it's Belichick, whether it's who else did they lose to in the playoffs? The Steelers. Even look at his Super Bowls. Look at Peyton Manning's Super Bowls. Like, the Bears, like, don't let the final score fool you. I think the Colts won like 30-17. That Bears defense was locking up that Colts offense. It's just Rex Grossman was on the other side, and he was so bad. He was stinking up the joint for the Bears. Obviously, the Von Miller in that defense carried him in 2015. And then when he actually versed two good defenses, he got smoked. The Saints smoked them. And do I need to remind you what Seattle did to him? And that's where Lamar Jackson comes in. And listen, look, once again, he could prove me wrong this January. And hell, maybe even February. But I want to ask everybody a real question. Once again, this is not me taking a dump on Lamar. Lamar's been in the league for what, 6 years, 7 years, 2018, 6 to 7 years, 6 to 7 seasons. This is who he is. Like, do you see him getting any better? Do you see Lamar like getting any better? Once again, he can prove me wrong this year. But at the same time, do you see him? I won't say that. Maybe after this year we'll have a final assessment on him, but we know what Lamar Jackson is. Dominant in the regular season. No question about it. Like Peyton Manning. When it comes to these playoffs, though, we see the results. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, that AFC Championship game still rings in my head. I know Baltimore is cooking right now. They're going to win the division. It is what it is. But at the same time, bro, let's pump the brakes. But, it is what it is. I shouldn't have any heat in the comment section. This is not an indictment on Lamar. Comparing him to Peyton Manning is not an indictment. That's actually a compliment. Peyton Manning is one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. So me comparing Lamar to that shouldn't be controversial. It shouldn't be what's the word I'm looking for? It shouldn't be a hot take. It shouldn't be an insult. It's actually a compliment. It is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.